What's the deal, YouTube? We're back with the weekly Xboxbeastfire. We usually do it on Mondays. My man Dean you got a bad tooth or some shit, right?
Yeah, man. Rotten.
Yeah, got the Gargamel mouth, me big mouth from the Smurfs, raggedy mouth motherfucker. But anyway, so we can get into first that have came out over the week. It's been a very, 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 very interesting week. I'm turning this goddamn turn. Thank you guys for support. Everybody's liking the video. But anyway, there've been a few things that came out this week in terms of gaming. But besides that, it's been a little, how you say, quote unquote, on the crumb side of YouTube. But even on not even the bigger channels, there have been some since I will say this, we haven't gotten together since the official documents this one leaked from Sony. I think we haven't conjoined with each other. So anyway, this will be the first time us talking about it amongst each other. But a couple YouTubers, I'm not going to say any names. I don't know. Like they're I don't know if they're trying to change their tone and they're trying to downplay it. And I want to say this again clearly, and I'm letting everyone talk and we can attack the topic. The Scorpio is not a next generation console. It's a mid-cycle refresh, just like Sony's doing. Even you had Sony come out and said, both us and Microsoft, we're trying something new as far as with these mid-cycle refresh. So it's not a ninth generation console. So stop when you're saying, you know what?
Phil Spencer fucking said it himself.
Yes.
It's an Xbox One. It's in the Xbox One family.
It is the high end of the Xbox One family. It's the high end. It is the one that can do the most graphics and the most possibilities in the Xbox One family. It is not a new generation console.
Don't worry, your dick don't shrink because Xbox is more powerful now. Well, it might shrink. I don't fucking know. But it's really not that big a deal. Neo's still a good leap.
I received so many emails and messages in the forums, guys saying, "Oh, how can you compare the specs of them? That's a nice ninth generation console against the 8th generation console." I was like, listen, man, it's forward and backwards compatible. It's still an Xbox One. It's just higher spec. And I've said, sorry that Sony gimped out this time and that Microsoft had the better specs. I said, when the PS4 came out and the Xbox One came out, we didn't say the PS4 was a different generation because it had higher specs. It is what it is.
I wouldn't even say they gimped out, bro. They just had no clue what the fuck Microsoft were doing. They kept it under wraps for a while. And 4T flop, like when I made videos about this fucking 4T flops, motherfuckers would say, there's no way any console could be 4T flops. It would be 4T flops on the micro scale or some stupid shit. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, listen, asshole, 4T flops is 4T flops. I don't give a shit how you get it. And the Neo is rumored to be that. And, it's a decent fucking leap. I mean, that's a lot of power. That's a lot more powerful than my PC. And, it just so happens that Microsoft caught them with their pants down. Got a little baby dick hanging out.
Yeah. Exactly. And let me say this, though. And you're right. And I like I said, the 4T flops or whatever, it's nothing to scoff at. But the only issue I see with the Neo, just to be honest, is that they still suck with their shitty fucking CPU. Those Jaguar cores, you know what I mean? You need the CPU to feed the GPU, you know what I mean?
CPUs just haven't been, I don't know, man. That's not even an issue. It's the 8 gigs. It's the same 8 gigs of RAM with
it is slightly higher
available gigs. It's a limitation of the console now.
Well, what's like this? What those specs that are there, you're gonna have nice looking games. I'm gonna be clear of that. But you know what? It's not even about that. Fuck that. You guys have drawn your line in the sand. 1080p or give me def. And again, I know Sony hasn't come out officially and whatever, but it doesn't even matter whatever Sony, say if it is 19 TT flops. Microsoft is using Zen and Vega. There's nothing they can put in that motherfucker that would outperform that. That shit there was made for 4K gaming. You know what I mean? Now, it's all about 1080p and 60% ultra setting. What fucking game have you played on the PlayStation 4 that's 1080p? 60 frames a second at fucking ultra settings. Knock it the fuck off, man. Take your fucking L.
Running 1080 Ultra 30. I mean, there aren't even, you're not even on the playing field.
Yeah, all right, bro. Like I said, you can't have. I would rather have 1080p 60 instead of 4K 30. That's all you're gonna get is 4K. Like what? You know how fucking stupid you sound? Like Jesus. It's like your grandfather got
frame rate's going to be universal across each platform. I mean, if it's 60 FPS over there, it's going to be 60 there. No matter how you look at it, Sony guy, it's going to look better on the Xbox.
You know what? You're absolutely right, and that's the coup de grace. Games are going to look better and run better on the Xbox Scorpio. Speaking of that, you think they should keep the name Scorpio, or you think they should give us something else?
No, something
Xbox
else.
4K, fuck it, it's simple.
You know
the
what?
name is right there in the title.
Xbox 4K.
Xbox
Sure, fuck
Infinity.
You know what? You know what's everyone's just been riding this Scorpio, thing. So I'm just saying, like I told Aaron Greenberg, what was it, Sunday? I hit him on Twitter and I said, bro, you guys should have stuck 4K on the box. You know, if they have the Xbox One S coming out in August 2nd, you know what I mean? You should have put there on the box, because the average Joe Smo may not know, you know what I mean? And you best to believe Sony's going to, even though they're not doing native 4K with the Neo, but I'm guaranteed they're going to advertise that fucking 4K somewhere in the box. And they should do it. They should have did the same thing also.
I was watching some video earlier in the week, and the guy was going into the details on the PS4 leak and stuff, and comparing it to the Xbox One S. And he's like, "Well, yeah, this one does 4K," and he didn't mention that Xbox One S does 4K at all. It upscales everything to 4K.
Yes.
Everything.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But, that's another thing they say. They just say that, well, the Neo was really the Xbox One S competition. No, it's not. Like, stop. Like, you motherfuckers are really... Like, I did a video, and, if you listen to today, if you want to see Next Gen 720 in rare form, go watch my video from fucking Sunday. I fucking tore you fucking PC cocksuckers to shreds, and you fucking ponies. But
I watched that when I was walking out of work, man.
Listen, you guys you remind me of the big schoolyard bully, right? That been fucking with everybody. So this one punches him in his fucking mouth. Miss Crabtree, Next Gen 720 socked me in the mouth. You guys popped all that. You don't even have a fucking fight. Like I said, I might go pony for a few months to make this shit interesting, because you guys, like you said, we can all argue over a day who has the better exclusive. That's subjective. What it is, what it is. But you don't want to be able to fucking defend yourself out there, like, it's not really his competition, It's like, shut the fuck up, like, Jesus, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just being real. I don't think. Well, I guess if Sony, were to leapfrog Microsoft, but other than that, if they ever were to go head up again, like both release at the same time, Sony would never, ever, have the more powerful hardware. I mean, we can't afford it. You see, I mean, they're honestly right now, they're the brokest console maker.
Bro, I'm telling you right now, I just think they're going to end up leapfrogging each other, and I think that's good because it's competition. But with the Scorpio for now on, the resolution thing's a non-issue. Minimal's 1080p. We know that, obviously. I think it's just a great time to be a fucking console gamer, no matter what side you're on. You're getting a lot of fucking power.
I've seen a lot of people finally realizing the S is coming out, and then you have the question across the screen, should I buy this or should I wait for the Scorpio? It doesn't matter, because like Dean said, it's backwards compatible, but you should only wait for the Scorpio if you have a 4K resolution TV. You should only buy it if you have the actual devices that you will enjoy it on. Otherwise, you can stick with your vanilla Xbox if you want that. If they can't afford a TV next gen, what are you gonna do? You can't afford.
But games are gonna look better graphically. Period.
They're gonna look better graphically, but if you don't have that TV, what's the point of actually having one?
Well, I mean, you can't support 4K, but the graphics they're raising the settings, and they've got enough juice to put shit on Ultra and run it at 4K.
You guys talking about the Scorpio or the S?
Yes, the Scorpio.
Yeah. Oh,
Scorpio.
yeah.
So, now, you said
don't buy the device if you don't have the devices to do it on. That's just what I'm saying.
And if you guys have any opinions on this in the comments or whatever, feel free to comment about it. What you think.
I would think the Scorpio having a higher fidelity, it would just scale it down to the resolution of the TV. It's still gonna look better because you got better textures on there. You got better frame rates because so you're gonna have at least a minimum 1080p 60 frames per second, where on the if the game is running on the original Xbox, maybe it's 720p 60 frames per second, I
mean, they built these three things to cater to everybody's personal, what they want most in gaming. So they built one for every type of gamer that they want to enjoy that experience, whether they want that 1080p, that shitty 720p, whether you want that 4K. They have one for each one, but it really depends on what you personally want to play on. Whether you want to play in 4K, whether you want to play in 1080, whether you want to play in shitty 720, it doesn't matter. There is one for you.
Realistically, though, I really think gamers are a different breed of consumers, and we go out and we usually buy the TV to support the console. We usually do it, and I really think that the Xbox One S and even the PS4 Neo they're going to push a lot of 4K sales. They're going to push a lot of it because they're going to be demoing this in the stores. People are going to be looking at it because straight up, when you look at a game played in 4K, it looks fantastic. You know,
Yeah, it
people are going to
does.
be looking at, and especially the Xbox One S and HDR. People are going to be looking, saying, "What the heck, man? I got to get this at home." And they're going to go out. They're going to buy. They're going to have promotions where you're going to get an Xbox One S if you buy a certain Samsung TV. You'll get a PS4 Neo with a certain type of Sony 4K HDR TV, or you can get it for $200 off if you get it with the TV. They're gonna push this hard. By this time next year, I would say a good 50% penetration into the 4K market for
They're cheap though.
for consumers.
They're not even expensive.
Well, people say that $299 is not expensive, but it's expensive to some people.
I just don't get it because this applies. You get what you fucking pay for, and this applies to everything. Remember that external you just bought, asshole? Well, guess what? There's a better one if you pay more. It's every single device on the planet when it comes to electronics.
Oh, $80 is too expensive.
I feel like we've beaten this
why are
fucking
you in
list to
gaming if you
death
can't
and
afford
then
it?
beat it to death again. You know what I'm saying? Like, people know this shit. It's coming. It's going to be amazing. You get what you pay for. The X1's not going to be a bad bargain for what undoubtedly will be under $300 by the time the Scorpio comes out. It'll probably be $250. You get what you pay for. So 720p, 900p, some 1080p titles. It's going to be a great device for some of that. I don't know. What do you call it? Mid-range console gaming. And then, obviously for more, you get the Scorpio. It's just common sense. Every single device does it. Cell phones, TVs. The more you pay, the more you get.
Yeah, but as Next Gen pointed out, the ponies don't have common sense. Next Gen, you can't teach ponies common sense. It doesn't work that way.
Well, some of them do. I mean, some of them had common sense enough to jump ship when they heard about the Scorpio. Fuck, I get that comment all the time. Oh, fuck the PlayStation. They sway with the wind. But anyways.
Anyway, so what I think was going to be interesting to me, I guess, following next year, once the Scorpio come out. So Amazon Spain has leaked. Was hearing the PlayStation 4 VR for £400, I guess, €400. That's about.
Yeah, I saw that yesterday. Like the VR October 13th, $420.
For $450, probably about $450 US. So here's the thing. So the Scorpio is coming next year. What's the price? You say a $400 price tag from Microsoft?
If they're smart, yeah, $500.
Yeah, $500.
Okay, so what do you think, Sony? Do you think Sony's going to drop that Neo by $50? Or it'll be a $400 fight all over again?
No, I think they'll stick to $449 myself.
You think so?
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if they dropped it to 400, but I don't. I highly doubt they would.
They dropped the PS4 price $100 during the E3 unveil. So they knew Microsoft was 5. They said they originally planned to go at 5 with the camera in the box. They took the camera out and dropped it $100. They're shiesty like that. So I mean, it was smart, but they might do it again. $400, $450. That's what it'll be at.
Yeah. Well, but there. So like anyway, I want to say this again. It feels good to be a fucking gamer. I'm excited.
You look forward to some good shit, bro.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, now if, like I said, we're gonna get that big push, that big next generation push. You know what I mean? I hope, again, that developers utilize the power that's there. You know what I mean? I don't know what Sony's doing as far as I know. Microsoft has the Windows UDP or whatever, you just make one game. I want to answer your question. We talk about this too. The latter, I don't know if they're just hated. Well, there's not going to be any games that's going to, or the Xbox One is going to hold the Scorpio back. Any of you guys can tackle that?
Well, it's not going to hold it back because it's a UWP application, so it's just going to scale it up and down. So they can code it for the highest game system and not have to worry about the lower end, right? Because it'll scale it down.
We already tackled that.
There's no such thing as a Scorpio exclusive. It's an Xbox One or Microsoft exclusive, and it will dynamic to the highest to the lowest range. So no matter what system you have, it will play it on it.
People need to look at it like this, okay? For make it easy for them to understand. Just related to PC. PC, you got like a 1080 card. You got like a 1060 card. You got like a RX 480 card. You got like a R9 390 card. You got like a 4X 460 card. They're all different tiers. The low end, it can't do the high end that the 1080 card can do, but yet it still plays the same game. So there'll be like a check mark in within the game. It'll say, okay, this system does not meet the requirements, so we're not going to give it this version. It can't run this textures. It can't run it at this resolution. It can't run it at this frame rate. It runs it at this, and it's going to play it. Simple. And then it's going to say, okay, you got the Scorpio. All right, that's got 6 teraflops. Okay, we can run this at 4K, 60 frames per second, high settings. Boom, and it plays it.
And you know what, yo? I can't wait till those Digital Foundry fucking face-offs. I want you guys to comment. Have you noticed that the media has now changed their narrative? Because we know right about now we'd have been fucking hearing about Battlefield being 720p. We'd have been getting videos thrown in our face about that shit, right? You didn't have to get everyone talking about it. You know, well, the Xbox One version is coming in at 720p, and people now they're moving away from anything else about resolution. Am I bugging or am I making this shit up? You know what I mean?
They've moved away because in reality, it's important, but it's not important to that effect. You know, a good game is still a good game at the end of the day, right?
Pony got
I didn't hear shit he said. I was.
No, somebody didn't hear Dean?
I heard
Dean.
Okay, I can hear. Say it again, Dean. I didn't hear shit you said, bro. I'm sorry.
Well, I was saying at the end I think they're just getting past it now because at the end of the day, a good game is a good game, and they know what's coming ahead with the Scorpio, and they don't want to have to eat their words too much, so they're pushing it back, and they're realizing how stupid it was because look what the Scorpio's doing now.
You know what? No, hey, Dean, fuck that. Us fans, nah, fuck that. I'm the wrong one. I'm not Martin Luther King. I'm not fucking singing "We Shall Love." No, fuck all of that. You guys, and again, so anyone calls me a hypocrite, I'm gonna state it again. I think console gamers arguing about resolution and frame, I think it's the silliest shit in the world. Okay, I still stand by that. But that's been you guys' whole argument this whole generation. Why would you buy the inferior version? Like what the
Well,
fuck?
see, now Pony shut up on that graphic shit because that Scorpio comes out next year, so that argument is now invalid, or it's going to be invalid in about 1 year. So now what argument can you come? You can't go with that game shit because you don't have games. You have The Last Raccoon, you have Gran Turismo's, and you have a VR headset that looks like a piece of shit that has 50 small games that come out by the end of the year. So you got Xbox, you got Recore, you got Gears 4, you got Forza, you got Dead Rising 4, and you got the Xbox S and the Scorpio next year. So what's your argument, Ponies? Please.
I'm calling it right now. The Last Guardian is going to be an epic flop.
Well, they stayed with the same engine and whatever they were using from the PlayStation 3. But besides graphically, I've never played any of the Last Guardian games, so I was looking. If you don't know, for those that are new, okay, I am a fucking the bot father, aka the grandfather of the Xbox community, the godfather. But I am a gamer. I play games, and so for my PlayStation, I get all of my exclusives. You know what I mean, on the PlayStation, the multiplayer, everything on the Xbox. So I was going into with high expectation, and I seen him like a fucking sick raccoon. Like, who the fuck is this rabies shot? And the game wasn't I don't know. Am I missing something? Maybe it's a game that may not just show well and something you have to play. Like that didn't look fucking. It's like same thing with Persona 5, and those games don't look fucking interesting. Like I don't like those games. And I'm sorry, man. God of War, cool. Zero Horizon Dawn, cool. What's the other one? No Days Left, but No Days. Cool, you know what I mean? But that shit right there, that shit, they look fucking suspect. Like you need a fucking tetanus shot or some shit, man. Oi. Everywhere I go, oi. They can keep that shit, man. That shit looked boring. But they do got a Gran Turismo Sport, which is a VR game and a regular.
Batman. They got the Batman one.
Yeah, here's the thing too, and I want to say this now. And which I guess it was crazy as hell. I wish Sony would have just came out and just said, you know what, you're gonna need the quote unquote the new PlayStation 4 Neo. So because these games, these big multiplayers that are coming out, like Tomb Raider, Batman, they just have a VR mode. You're not playing the actual game because the vanilla PlayStation 4 can't handle that. You know what I mean? So, but with the Xbox Scorpio, if you're into VR, you're gonna be able to play the whole game, like you know what I mean, because it has enough juice. It's not, these games that are coming out that have VR support, they're just a little VR mode, you know what I mean? It's not going to be like whole VR game. Like those soccer, what's that? Like that soccer robot shit. That's a whole VR game for you. Know what I mean? I think Sony may have kind of like shot itself in the foot with that. You know, because
I think playing it, the graphics they're okay. I'm not gonna say you'd put it on and be like, oh, these are like really really horrible graphics, because the screen, the way they have the RGB pixels on there, it's nice and smooth. What I will say I really don't like about it is the motion controls. The motion controls are not accurate. They seem like little plastic toys, like from McDonald's. And like if you see the other VRs, or if you play with the other VRs, those controllers are heavy duty. Like they feel like your hands in the world. And you can, like in the HTC Vive VR, you can like move around freely. This one you can't really move around freely. It's a lot of it is an experience, you know. It's like a movie with little interactive scenes. Some of it, you know.
And again, if I can get my hands on one, you know, I'm not gonna break my neck, but you know what I mean. If I can get my hands on one, you know, I'll check it out. You know, I'm like a motherfucker that's open for anything, man. Just leave my feet and my ass alone. But other than that, man, I don't know. The games they show, to be honest with you, for the VR, you know, to me, they have their Connect now. Like I've said before many times, like, you know, we all got the Connect when it came out. We went out and bought Connect Sports.
Look at this Omagazio dick eater thing. He's got screen caps.
What?
He got screen caps of people saying the Tomb Raider wasn't coming to PlayStation. Where's my screen cap, motherfucker? I never said that.
Oh, you happy? Oh, okay. We did that last year. Have fun with us leftovers. You know what, man, Lizzie, what you need to do? You got to get you a PlayStation 4 first. You can fucking play it. Then you got a whole other problem. I got screen caps.
You need to experience that wonderful PlayStation experience.
Yeah, you like, goddamn. Like, what are you gonna buy?
I just love how motherfuckers generalize. I ain't never said nothing, motherfucker. Where's my screen cap?
Yeah. Like, yo, I don't know, man. Hold up, man. Hey, let me see my man. You know, look, we get my man put in here for the rock. Yeah, but that's like end of the day, though. But speaking of money and situations, what do you feel about this big Pokemon Go? I see with that one app.
Pikachu killed Sony!
Yeah, well, one app, they were able to be worth more than Sony supposed to sell 40 million consoles, but with one fucking app, Nintendo has shot past Sony. So Sony right now is the poorest console maker. What do you guys think about that? With the 40 million sold.
They were the poorest fucking console maker when this shit started.
Yeah, I'm just saying, but you're not going to talk about that 40 million sold. They like to brag about that 40 million sold. The PlayStation division is making money, but here it is, Nintendo put out one goddamn app, and they shot past y'all motherfuckers.
Omagazio waiting for his mom to buy his PS4. That's right. That's right.
No, he lives in Oklahoma, some goddamn where he lost his barn in a fucking twister. Now he's dancing topless at fucking Hooters. He's the only male. He's the only male waitress at Hooters. Yeah, you know that motherfucker. Omiziago, he's what you call a trisexual. He's open. He'll try any goddamn thing. Barracuda lips. Fucking Omiziago, man. Hold on, let me get my man here. Hold up, shit. But yeah, but no, but anyway, that was you know, I'm not into Nintendo. That's just not my thing. You know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. And people always accuse me of being a Nintendo hater. It was Nintendo that got me into gaming, but I got to saying that I've grown up with Nintendo, but Nintendo hasn't grown up with me. Like I don't feel anything towards their characters. Like I don't know if it's the art style or I just don't get it. I'm just not. I'm just Mario Kart. Like I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. Mario and or Luigi's Mansion. Like that shit just not for me. You know what I mean? Not saying they gotta be all bloods, guts, and gore, but I don't know, man. I just don't. I can't with Nintendo. I can't, man. Do you guys have high expectations for the NX? Or are you expecting anything? Or you guys gonna go out there and buy it day one?
Any Nintendo fans, don't hold this shit against me. But every time I turn around, Nintendo sticks a little dick up my ass. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? It's not big enough, goddammit, right? It's not bringing enough firepower to the console war for me. And I'm not counting on Nintendo for anything anymore. All my friends are on Xbox. All the games I like are on Xbox. I can go from Xbox to playing all that shit on my PC anywhere I am. There's too many good features. And I'm just an Xbox guy, not into the Nintendo environment. Like you say all the time, they just haven't grown up with me. I've grown up with them, but they haven't grown up with me. So, they just don't got what I need.
Well, yes, yeah. Let's go where you put it. Hey, Porter Rock, what's going on, man?
What's good? What's
Hey,
going
what's
on?
going on?
What's up, everybody?
Hey, bro, I
What we
haven't
do?
spoken to you in the fucking week. These fucking documents get leaked from Sony, and you fucking went to fucking Cuba some goddamn way.
Hell no, I'm trying to get my podcast up, man. I did my first episode on
Yeah,
Sunday.
you had two. You had someone's drunk ass uncle and a motherfucker that snuck into the country legally. Like, what the fuck is going on,
You know
bro?
what I'm saying? We drinking that Budweiser, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, what the
That cheap
fuck,
shit.
man.
Turn that Milwaukee Beast.
So let me ask you a question. Like you're my friend. You're official PlayStation dude. You're not a weirdo. And I can talk to you. How do you feel about the release specs of the Neo? Are you disappointed? What's going on? Are you cool with that going forward? Are you buying it day one?
To be honest, I'm still like up in the air on like what Sony's trying to do. You know what I'm saying?
Like
this
far as
whole,
what?
as far as just the whole mid-gen console. I understand how it pushes console gaming forward and stuff like that. But like I see like for instance like for Sony, all right, Sony's gonna sell. Let's say if they release even if they release a PS4 Slim, it's going to be even more confusing because. All right, so look at it this way. So you sell a PS4, you have a PS4, right, or a PS4 Slim, whatever, and then you got the Neo. All right, all right. Which one does Sony? Which one is the primary console Sony wants consumers to buy? Do they want?
They don't
PS4?
care, man. You buy a
PS4.
PS4.
That's not the same because remember when you make these consoles, they go on a shelf. That costs money. So if it stays on the shelf, they're losing money. So let's say people see the better value in the PS4 because it's cheaper, and you leave Neo on the shelf. That's gonna look bad. It's gonna look bad.
They're targeting two different kind of consumers, man.
It doesn't. There is no two. Everybody keeps
Of course
saying
there is.
There is none.
They're going against the high end video file consumer that wants a good HDR player, that wants good 4K gaming, and that has a 4K TV, and then they're going against the regular PS4 owner that they got like $250, $300 for one.
That audience is so small though. That's a little ass audience.
It doesn't matter. It's getting bigger and bigger.
It's gonna grow though.
Here's the thing, man. People have never been more performance oriented ever in history when it comes to gaming, anything. They all want the most power, the best performance for their dollar, and that's just how it works. So every single device has this. The more you want, you have that option. And Sony themselves even said they're making this thing to keep the guys that came from PC from going back. They want the guys that have the money, the enthusiasts, to buy this thing. And just because they're making a high-end version doesn't mean they're going to make as many as the low-end version. They know about how many they're going to sell. They'll know a lot more next year, and they know what the fuck they're doing. They do this with every device, cell phones, hard drives, everything. It's not that confusing.
So I take it, Porter Rock. You're not a big fan of it.
What? Of the Neo stuff?
Yes,
I'm just playing a wait and see. On how the console.
Okay, well, again, whether Sony again choose to admit it or not, you saw what you saw at E3. You know, I hope you're not gullible and think that your vanilla PlayStation 4 can give you those things.
Here's my thing. If the graphics I saw on stage, what made me excited was the assumption that it's the PS4. If the graphics that we saw on stage is let's say Neo, and they're not saying it, I'm not really. I wouldn't buy it. To me, that's not a $400 jump.
You just cheap. God damn.
No, I don't think.
God damn. I don't know. Man, get this motherfucker round of applause, man. This motherfucker cheap.
I told you there's cheap.
$400?
No.
Did you see that goddamn Horizon Zero Dawn?
I don't think it's that huge of a jump from Uncharted 4. I think it's better looking than Uncharted 4, but not like a whole new console.
And that might not be for you. Might not be for you.
That never crossed my mind.
You draw distance, you know, too many pop-ups. You saw how many enemies on the screen, and what's that shit? No days gone or whatever. And the console didn't fucking crawl. Come to a screeching halt, like God.
And also too, if it's running on the Neo mode, it's in early stages, so it's just gonna get better. That game's not coming out in 2018, man.
And I'm an Xbox guy, and I'm like, that shit's beautiful. Like, so
that and God of War and Spider-Man, those two, I was like, holy shit, man.
The games can look that good. There's no need to buy a fucking PS4 to Scorpio. Like that was fun. That's what makes me so excited, honestly, about the Scorpio. You know what I mean? Because we're talking about you got 6 fucking teeth at a minimum. God damn, and with Zen and Vega, you know what I mean? It's going to be games that are going to look fucking gorgeous. I am so fucking happy, man. Like
Listen, we got especially one person in the comments saying it's not about power. It's about both. All right, it's not just about games. It's not just about power. If it were just about only the fucking games, you'd be on Super Nintendo right now. Cause that shit So obviously, any game you play, even something like Inside, which I was just blown away by. If you haven't played this game, go get it. It's fucking phenomenal. It has the best physics I've ever seen in any video game. And every time some of this stuff would happen, I'd be like, holy shit. Like, I'm enjoying this more because, obviously they're getting so much out of this game with performance, physics, lighting. It definitely adds up. And I'd say you can have the best of both worlds with this console. And it's called Enthusiast Console because if you're an enthusiast, if you want the best, that's what you're going to buy. There's an option for you. But if you don't want that, don't quit bitching about it. Don't buy it.
It is about games, but the more power you have, the better games you're going to have. The higher fidelity, the higher frames per second. Come on.
I can play The Witcher 3 right now on my Xbox One, one of the best games ever made. And I could go play it on my PC, and I enjoy the PC version more because it's in 60 frames. And that's just me being honest. I'm an Xbox guy, but I want that experience on my console. You know what I'm saying? So obviously, the higher frame rate, the more textures, lighting, things like that on the PC version makes me enjoy The Witcher 3 more. But obviously, I don't get the achievements over there, so I don't fucking play it because I want the achievements. So, if I can have the best of both worlds, I'll take it all the time. I'll pay for it.
All right, I want to address my man here, Bryant Stilbert. Stilbert, if I pronounce your name, I do. And first of all, thank you for rocking out with us. But he said in the comment section, I can't convince people to buy an Xbox One when they have a PC. You can't build a house on top of sand. I'm going to say this, and I'm going to be being as respectfully as possible. I mean, if you fucking game on consoles, let me be honest with you, I don't give a fuck about playing on PC. That's just my opinion, my preference. And second, it's not your job to give somebody to do any goddamn thing. If you're going to play, let me stop because I'm about to get on a tangent. Bro, let me tell you something. Halo 1, right? It was on fucking PC. That's not, you know what I mean? So someone's going to enjoy the game less. I don't. Maybe a person may just enjoy playing with a controller and go against a motherfucker with a mouse and keyboard. Like that's crazy as hell. It's like, you know what I mean? I can't convince somebody to buy a PlayStation 4 because I can get Street Fighter 5 on fucking PC on Steam. Like this. Like, come on, that shit is. I
kind of disagree with that, man. I agree with what you're saying, but I disagree that PC gamers wouldn't buy an Xbox One. I think the Xbox One S will appeal to a lot of PC gamers because one, they're gonna get HDR, a cheap HDR 4K player. So say they get the $299 model, okay? They're gonna get that. They're gonna get games that are universal play, so they can play it on their PC, they can play it on their Xbox One S in HDR. And they have, like I said, a 4K HDR streaming player. Yeah, I think that's going to appeal to some PC gamers for sure. Because if you're going to buy a Blu-ray drive for your PC, it's probably going to cost you about $2 anyway. So why would you not just get a $299 console that does it?
Let me ask you a question, Dean. You're the tech guy. When we're looking at the specs, or whatever. Did they say anything about HDR? Because I didn't read anything about HDR.
No, I didn't see anything in there about HDR. I'm going to assume that they're going to have a 4K HDR Blu-ray player in there because this is stupid if they didn't.
Well, Microsoft are the ones pushing HDR,
for gaming.
Sony been very quiet about it. And they have been. That are HDR. Now, I know HDR is built in with Windows 10 and DX12. That's Microsoft has been laying down the groundwork.
2.0, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? They've been laying down the groundwork for that. And looking over, I didn't see anything about HDR in it at all. I will hope so. And maybe it can come later on and they can patch it, but that will be a big fucking major L if they're gonna put out this fucking $400 goddamn 450 Neo and it doesn't do HDR at all.
I'm pretty sure it's gonna do HDR for like Blu-rays. For the HDR gaming part, it's gonna just require a little bit of work from the developers because it's kind of already baked into the code there. So they should be able to implement it. I just don't know too much about their SDK and how they would go about doing it because I know Microsoft just has it built in. But I'm going to assume they'd be able to do it. But they need to say something about it for sure. We need to know.
Oh, okay. Well,
according to Omagazio, the PS4 has untapped 900p Uncharted 4 multiplayer potential. they didn't prove
Hey,
shit.
let me ask you guys something.
Fucking
Wait,
idiot.
hold on, that mo. Hey, listen,
Zay is
listen.
dying.
We gotta do a fucking show next week. I'm telling you, there's gonna be a fucking civil war between these ponies. You got
Okay.
4 motherfuckers right there that still got the fucking PS2. Manziago play this shit on Channel 3. Manziago play this shit on Channel 3. He still think that the PS, like, there's some untapped fucking juice in the
That
PlayStation.
motherfucker's playing on one of those like fucking
Oh my
Pac-Man
God.
boxes you plug into the TV.
I'm sorry.
This Crusader guy, okay, he says not every company is on
Yes,
board with
all
HDR.
companies are wanting to
It's
go
only
HDR.
Microsoft pushing for HDR. Okay,
Everyone's
I don't know
fucking
where.
wrong.
I don't know if he's been under a rock, but every
Yeah.
TV that's coming out this year has HDR
Yeah,
on
you're
it.
wrong about that, Crusader.
We got
He's
all the
wrong
movies are
about
coming
pretty
out
much everything he's
HDR.
fucking
Come
saying.
on, buddy.
Yeah. You're
He
kind of
said
wrong
there's
about
no trade-in program for an Xbox One S. That's because it's a fucking Xbox One, just slimmer. You already got an Xbox One. It's up to you.
Who said that? Wait, who said there's no trade-in program? What are you talking? What the fuck?
Fucking Crusader said there's no trade-in program for an Xbox One
How's
S.
it gonna
Well,
trade
of course
in
not.
something that came
It's
out
an
yet?
Xbox One.
Yeah, what the fuck?
It's
is it
for the
called?
Scorpio. The trading program is for the Scorpio, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or that's the
you're,
rumor.
so you're complaining because there's going to be a trade-in program for Scorpio. There's none for the S, is what you're complaining about.
Oh,
Wait,
yeah, but the S is
just
like
check the
$299.
store, trade it in. Like the fuck, like that's
No,
not
no.
nothing.
See, that's where you're wrong. The one that comes out in 2 weeks is $399. That's how much that next one is. The $299 one, the 500 terabyte, the 500 gig. Last time I checked, doesn't come out till December.
The trade-in
Oh,
price for
shit.
a PS4 is a joke too, bro. They're actually about the same. I actually looked at that the other day, so know what the fuck
So the
you're
first
smoking.
model of the S that comes out in 2 weeks is the 2 terabyte, and that's $399. And I already bought one. It was like $450.
So
People
the
that- people-
Xbox One S that's coming out is $399.
No,
The one that
the 2 terabyte version is.
Yeah.
2 terabyte, but that's the first one that comes out, and that's in 2 weeks. The next 2 versions, which are the 1 terabyte and the 500 gig, those come out later, and those are going to be the cheaper versions. That's why on stage at E3
I would
it's
expect-
starting at $299. That's the 500 gig one, but that
I would
doesn't
expect
come until way
Microsoft
later.
to release a 500 gig Scorpio as well, because most people have already put the money into a hard drive. Why make the consumer
The
pay
external,
more
right?
for a hard drive? You know,
I
I don't
know
want
what I
to
want,
pay
though.
for a hard drive, and I've already got a 4
Yeah,
terabyte hard drive. I've already paid $120 for.
You know what I want though? To be honest with you, dealer, I want an SSD drive in that bitch.
Yeah, maybe why not the
shit.
option? You know, you can
That's-
already do external
That's just
SSDs.
$800 right there.
I mean,
like an elite version of the Xbox Scorpio.
Yeah, I want
Wow.
a fucking SSD drive, like fucking load. I want my bitch to boot right up. We talking about some, you know what I mean? Boot. I
That'd
mean,
be huge.
I'm
That'd be
just saying,
huge.
if they're gonna do it like that, I mean, first of all, that fucking hard drive should be bigger than fucking 500. Gig.
I'm just saying, though, it's acceptable.
Well,
and
you
I
guys
don't
got
see the
external,
reason of
though.
pushing the whole price of all the
Yeah,
systems up for
you guys got
everyone that have already
external.
invested in all the externals. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
SSDs are pretty cheap now, man. They're starting to come
Hard
down,
drives
man.
are cheap.
Yeah,
That's just both Microsoft and
SSDs have
Sony.
really come down in price, man.
Yeah, but that's just Microsoft and Sony's joining us with the fucking, like, when you put, well, it shouldn't be $100 more. Fucking hard drive. I got a 3 terabyte Samsung external, joint. I paid $40 fucking for it.
I have 2 3 terabyte Seagates for both my systems. So.
Yeah, fucking $40 or some shit. But but anyway,
Can I backpedal
Yeah,
real quick?
yeah.
Over that Brian thing, you can't. He was complaining that you can promote Xbox One if everybody has PC. To Phil Spencer, it doesn't matter if you have PC or Xbox. He's in the mood that as long as you buy my game, I don't care. So thanks for everybody's saying thanks for putting it on Windows. He's like thanks for playing my game.
Yeah.
Period.
Microsoft, thank you for playing Sony games. You know what I mean? You realize Microsoft. I'm just in for real. I want to go back to what poor right except before we get the hell out of here. Microsoft doesn't give a fuck. They want you to buy their software. When you bought Uncharted, Microsoft said thank you because of Havoc. Like Microsoft gets money when they develop in the game. Visual Studios, that's all about fucking Microsoft. Like they're going to use to make the goddamn games on. Like Microsoft they got that fucking octopus. They got their hands in every guy. They don't give a fuck. I guess it's the console dudes that get caught up in this shit here. Like Microsoft don't give it. You want to know who's really fucking winning? I mean, it's who's making the most fucking money. You see, if Sony say quote unquote sold 40 million consoles, so they said when Nintendo put out one goddamn app and they shot past them. Like it's all about the fucking dollar at the end of the day, man. But hey, what did you have to say to us, Porter Rock? You had to say something.
Oh yeah, so going back to the whole PC, just a question for you guys.
Yeah.
So what you think is a more likely scenario for a PC gamer? We're talking about a PC gamer that's interested in a console. So PC gamer walks into the store, sees an Xbox One S, $299 HDR gaming Blu-ray, or he sees a PS4 $299, no HDR, no 4K, but it has games that he or she cannot play.
My honest opinion, I see where you're going. I'm gonna be real with you. Exclusive don't hold the fucking the thing as they was not. It doesn't. The exclusive don't hold the fucking the weight as they was. So everything's about multiplats. That's just.
I agree, but that we're talking about a second.
I'm asking you a question.
We're not talking about primary.
No. I'm just asking you a question.
It's like this holiday season is your question?
We're talking about period.
This
3-4 years.
Yeah, I got you.
I can say this holiday season they wouldn't go for a PS4 because it doesn't really have any exclusive games this year, and the Xbox One S does, and it offers them 4K upscaled 4K HDR gaming, which they don't have on PC right now.
So let me ask you this: so you said because of this holiday season, so Uncharted don't count? Because it came out.
Anybody that wanted Uncharted pretty much got Uncharted already, man.
Okay, and I'm saying, what if some people wait for the holidays to buy a new console? Does that mean so? Like, if you buy, so let's say if I were to buy an Xbox One this year, I'm not gonna play Halo because it came out last year. I'm not gonna buy it.
It's not gonna be based on your decision to buy it at this point.
The whole library is.
No, you gotta realize this too, though. Not all multiplats still sometimes don't come out on PC at the same time as the consoles too. So again, I said to get multiplats.
As a PC gamer too, I think it's more attractive for them to get an Xbox One S because they can play the one game on there and play the same game on their PC.
Yes.
So you're gonna pay. So you think most PC gamers are gonna pay $299 to do the same thing they're already doing on a console?
They're also getting a 4K. They're also getting a 4K HDR Blu-ray player.
Okay, so watching movies is going to be more a priority over.
Have you seen a 4K HDR movie? Yeah. If you have a 4K TV, you're going to want HDR movies for sure. So if you want HDR movies and gaming, $299 Xbox One S is a great deal, and if you own PC, great. The games that you get on it, you can play on either system.
That'd be more appealing. Looking like this, they can buy one game and they can have that bitch on a PC. They can have that bitch on a tablet. They can have that bitch on a console. Like I'm just being depends on what you like, man. Some people.
I think what Porter Rock was asking though is you go into the store in the fall, but you
I don't think it's about exclusives anymore. I don't really think it's about.
Yeah, that's what I think he was getting at. Is like,
let me ask you a question like this. Again, exclusives don't hold the weight as they used to be. It's not. I'm just going by the number. He said men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. Already, a greatest in chart that you say is nowhere in the fucking top 10 anymore. You know what I mean? No. Just being honest. No one's fucking playing it online anymore.
Yeah, but we're talking about a secondary console. Like, they already have a primary platform.
Most PC guys aren't going to go for a console anyways. And if they are going to go for a console, it has to be an extra benefit that they can't get on their PC. Now, an HDR 4K Blu-ray player that also plays games that they can transfer over to their PC is going to be more enticing to the PC gamer.
I do not think so at all.
It will be.
That thing is full.
Hey, Porter Rock, you gotta realize.
The person's going to be interested in the second console.
They run the same OS. If I could be working on my Xbox One S but it's going to have universal apps too. You know that, right? And the anniversary update coming.
But you're talking about things you could do already on the PC. Why would a PC gamer not want?
Yeah, maybe I want to take my Xbox One S to my friend's house. Maybe I want to take it to work.
Why would
isn't that what a laptop?
Why wouldn't a PC gamer not want free games?
What the hell are you talking about?
I'm just saying they can buy one game and have it. But again, it goes to your preference. That's like, I guess the primary reason to play is for the games, but not, most people look at the PS3. That bitch sold for being a Blu-ray player, so you can't say that doesn't count.
No, it did not. Everybody keeps saying that.
Yes, that's not true. I got my PS3. I got my PS2.
That shit did not start selling until 2010. 4 years after it launched.
How many million do you think it sold before 2010, Porter Rock? Do the math.
Yeah,
That's why I bought one. I actually bought two.
for a Blu-ray player. That's what the fuck. I mean, that's why I bought the second one for a fucking Blu-ray player.
Yeah, that free online. It's the only reason it caught the 360 in overall console sales.
And at the time, it was actually the best Blu-ray player on the market too. At the time,
it was, and it was updatable too, which was a good feature. But like I said, the only reason the PS3 caught the 360 was because of the Blu-ray player and the free online. In terms of software, the PS3 got butt fucked. Yeah. All over when it came to software.
That's a good point. The Xbox 360 so way more software than the PS3.
Way more. It was what was it? 3-2 to. Yeah, it was stupid. It wasn't even close. 361 last year.
Hold on. Listen to this. I'm gonna read you. Listen. No, I agree. 361. I'm gonna read you what CEO Bobby Kotick.
Oh shit! Quarter I got his notes.
Nah, here we go. No, because you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep it real. We're gonna keep this real. We're gonna call it straight. This is why Bobby Kotick, the CEO of Activision, he said Activision Blizzard CEO and president Bobby Kotick has said the company may have to stop supporting all Sony platforms in the future unless Sony is able to regain a position of power in the market. All right? The comment came in an interview with The Times where Kotick accused of PlayStation 3 of losing momentum, cited the comment complained that it's both difficult and expensive to code for the PS3. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
All right?
What you saying?
It is what I said. Listen, right here. Making no effort to pull his punches, Kotick flatly said that Sony would have to lower the price if they wanted to stay in the market. An opinion seemingly leveled mainly at the PS3, but which could also apply to recently unveiled PSP Go. They have to cut the price because if they don't, the attach rates are likely to slow, Kotick continued.
And they did cut the price several times.
If we are being realistic, we might have to stop supporting Sony. When we look at 2010, 2011, we might want to consider if we support the console. All right? That's Bobby Kotick. He said that. This was 2009.
I don't understand where you're going with this.
Yeah, well, I mean, what's the point?
Selling. I don't know why you guys are trying to rewrite history.
What do you mean it wasn't selling?
What are you talking about?
It sold like garbage the first 3 years.
Listen, I said we did that. The people who bought it,
you motherfuckers were buying games. It wasn't the fact that it wasn't selling well enough. You guys were not buying games. And you were not playing games on it.
It wasn't selling at all.
It was selling, but it didn't sell to the. It didn't sell to the gamers. It sold to people that wanted a Blu-ray player. That's what they used it for.
Bobby Kotick is the guy making games from Activision, all right? People weren't playing games on their fucking PS3. They were watching Blu-rays.
Yeah, exactly. Listen, by your same argument, Porter Rock, how many PlayStation 3s were sold?
About 80+ million.
Oh, whatever. I mean, all right. Whatever. So, but again, if everyone has bought the PS3, if the bulk of the people that bought the PS3, what's the game? You know what I mean?
No, what I'm saying is, the reason Blu-ray. Listen, because you guys are confusing my argument.
No.
Sony tried to use the Blu-ray angle and it failed. All right. Late 2009, 2010, Sony went with the Slim, reduced the price, and they focused on games. All right. They even had to cut backwards compatibility to get that sucker down. That's when sales took off. All right, it wasn't the Bluray player that took off.
This is what we're saying.
With the Blu-ray player,
sales of the PlayStation 3 were for the Blu-ray player. That's what we're saying, bro. If you're saying that 90+ million gamers would, then why is the 360 then tripling in software sales?
Okay, I was playing games at those times, so I don't need to read notes. And I'll say this: what happened is that everyone that wanted a Blu-ray player, they bought that system because it was cheaper than an actual Blu-ray player, and it was better. So they didn't play.
Kind of like the Xbox One S.
They didn't buy it to play games on it. It was too expensive. Everyone bought Xbox 360. Now they were making games for it. The games were horrible because of the coding. The coding was just freaking horrible, which hurt it even more that the games sucked on it in comparison to the 360. So they had to do a number of things to get over this. One was lowering the prices. One was making better tools available to the developers. And then the rest is history. So that's what really happened.
Okay, but to answer your question, it depends on the preference. I think the Xbox One S is going to do very well. And I'm being real, even by them having Microsoft, putting their own IPs in their own stores. The same thing with like, does you not going to want to play God of War Olympus Chain because I can play it on my PSP Vita, or I can play it on the PSP Go, or I can play it on my Samsung fucking television.
It's kind of funny because these guys don't understand.
Yeah, but that doesn't impact.
Buy one game.
It does though.
No,
if I don't need a PlayStation 3 to play or whatever, I can play it on my television.
Yeah, but we're talking about the 4 though. We ain't talking about the 3.
Oh shit! it's the same narrative here. is what I'm
No,
saying.
And also too, when newer TVs coming
no
out
one
that have
could go into a Best Buy and say, "Oh, I could play the next Spider-Man on my Samsung TV." No one
I
does.
could though.
You know what?
can.
How do you know? You know what? Through PS Now, I can give you an example. Through PS Now, on the newer televisions that have a higher processor, because 1.8 teraflops ain't shit, man.
Yeah,
They got
Sony's not
laptops.
gonna
They
do
got
that.
hold on a second. They got laptops with like
Sony
3, 4,
said that
5
too.
teraflops. Okay, so you could put a 2 teraflop system within a TV. You could do
Okay,
it theoretically.
would've, should've,
Also
but that's
too,
not happening.
through streaming. As streaming technology gets better, as the PS Now system gets better, they could easily stream the PS4 vanilla games,
Per
the
Sony.
1.8 games. They could stream those too.
They could have, would have, should have, but they
I
didn't.
mean, here's the thing.
Maybe when the PS5
You know what,
comes
bro?
out,
At the end of the
they'll do
day, I put around. Be honest with you, it's all about they make way more money on software than they do hardware. Fact.
So I'm just confused. So The Last of Us isn't a PlayStation exclusive anymore because I can play it on my Samsung TV? It's not?
No. Yeah.
Okay, well, I don't-
shit.
If you could, yeah, no,
I heard no. Yeah.
Here's the truth. Here's a fact.
Here's the thing. They can stream any of these
Here's
PlayStation
a
4
fact.
games
If
to any kind of PlayStation Now device in the future.
Let's say if you could play Last of Us on your Samsung TV, PlayStation. Are you gonna buy a PlayStation to play Last of Us?
It doesn't matter. I'm just
Yeah,
counting
let's
from
answer
earlier.
the question. Answer the question.
Is it going to what?
If your TV right now could play Last of Us in beautiful graphics, right, and that's really the only game you want to play.
On PlayStation Now, right?
Okay, no, yeah, on PlayStation Now app or the Samsung TV, whatever, right? And that was the only game you wanted to play. Would you go out and buy a PlayStation to play Last of Us, or would you just do it on the TV that you already have? If you really wanted to play The Last of Us, and you were going to play it, would you go out to the store and get a PlayStation to play it, or would you just use the very device you already have in your own home?
Well, it would depend on how good it is.
It looks great. It runs great. Whatever. All that stuff. It runs great. Whatever.
I personally think it would
no,
depend
but just answer the question. You home the TV right now. It's right in
I
front of
don't know what are you saying though? What are you
He's getting at he's asking would you buy the easiest version, would you get the easiest option or get the harder option?
No, what I'm saying though, what are you saying that no one's
to
gonna
get a
but this is what you're saying. Oh, I want to be clear. You're trying to say that no one's gonna buy an Xbox One
No,
games on the PC?
I'm not saying that.
What are you saying? I don't know where you're going with this.
If you give gamers a choice, then gamers can choose. That's what I'm saying. If you say
who makes money off it? Who's getting
play a
paid?
game there, then be like,
Put her
all
up.
right.
Who's getting paid?
What's up?
Who's getting paid?
Well,
Who's getting paid?
Microsoft.
There you go. They don't give a fuck. It's in the conversation. They don't give a
No,
fuck.
that doesn't end the conversation. Because if you're a console gamer, right, you say you don't give a fuck about PC.
Exactly.
All right. But if
it doesn't affect me anyway.
No, disagree with that.
It affects me?
Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah, it could.
How?
I'll give you a perfect example. Right? You ever remember playing a game that came out first on PS3 and then it came to a 360? You ever remember that during the 360 era?
Are you talking about multiplex or exclusives?
No, we're talking about what? No, listen to the question. Do you ever remember, while you owned the 360, that a game came out first on PS3, and then you had to wait a couple of months, a year, whatever, for it to come out on 360? And you wonder, damn, why did this shit come out on PS3 first? Do any of you remember that?
Were there any at all?
Yeah, do you remember that?
Which ones did it?
None.
Okay, so
why? Listen, relax, slow down.
Hurry up! Goddamn.
Okay. So Microsoft had a policy that if any game comes out first on a console other than 360, you can't make it for 360. Don't even bother putting it on. Now, because 360 was the better selling console,
nobody wanted to develop for the PS3 in the first place. Nobody would have done that shit.
No, there was still some people there. If PS3 would have done better, you know what I'm saying? But they didn't.
It didn't do better because
I know,
it
but
was
listen,
a big turn.
You're arguing from 10 years ago, right?
Listen, no, it's not, because it still applies today. You know what I'm saying? It still applies today.
We're talking about Microsoft exclusives.
If you have a console market share and you control majority of the console market share, you can make moves within that console market.
Hey, Purple, can I ask you a question? What does that have to do with Microsoft's own intellectual properties? Nothing.
But this have to do.
We could talk about multi-plat.
We could talk
here's
about
the thing. If you're trying to say that there are going to be some multi-plats that are going to come out on the PlayStation, whatever, because they have a big, that's not going to happen.
Why not?
Developers don't develop. Honestly with you, there's really no money in doing anything in exclusives. They want their money same way they want their software on fucking on both platforms. That exclusive shit is way fucking overrated. I'm just being honest. Bayonetta 2, great goddamn game. They fucking struggle to get it. They want their fucking software on as many platforms. It doesn't matter. It all comes down to
y'all weren't
money.
saying that with Titanfall, though.
Who? Yeah, and how much? You know what? I'm glad you brought up Titanfall, right? What everyone said. You know what? I'm just gonna get Titanfall on PC. And how many motherfuckers bought Titanfall on PC? 70,000? Like, come on! It sold 10 million on fucking consoles. No one gives a fuck about PC. We're console gamers. Numbers lie. Look at fucking Grand Theft Auto. Look how long they waited to get goddamn Grand Theft Auto 5. Look at those fucking sales. No one gives a fuck.
Yeah, but the Xbox community was pissed that Titanfall went to PS4. Why couldn't Microsoft keep it away? Because the console fan's too big.
Once again, you're generalizing. You're generalizing the whole community.
I really don't. I don't have an issue with Titanfall 2 being on PS4 as well as the Xbox. I don't have a problem with it.
Now nobody has a problem with it.
Well, no,
you want to know why? You want me to tell you why? I can tell you why. Want me to tell you why? Okay, here's why. Okay, so like Next-Gen said, 10 million on consoles. If you look on it now, or even about 2 months after it launched, zero fucking shit on servers. And I'm talking about just the Xbox One itself. I don't know about PC, and I don't know about 360. When they fucked that up, they lost so much money because people stopped buying it. Overall, 14 million, but if you look on the servers, there's not 14 million people playing that shit. It's under 5,000 fucking people. So, therefore, if they put it on more than one device, like the PlayStation that really wants it, and they can still give it to them, and they can still make money off of it, they're gonna do it.
Alright, so now Titanfall sucks. Man,
it sucked after 2 months of it basically being nerfed. Yes, it killed itself.
Yeah, I've been bragging about that game for like a whole year. Now you're telling me it sucks?
It's a 2014 concept. It's 2 years old.
Jesus Christ.
Who's been bragging about it for?
This is the first time I hear now Titanfall sucks from the Xbox community.
Well, I mean that's T Reaper's personal opinion. You know, it's up to you whether or not you care.
I'm not saying it sucks. Now I still play it.
Nobody's on it. That's not an opinion. That's
T.
I mean, I've never not been able to find a fucking match. I don't know what kind of crack he's smoking, but you know, I've been finding matches just fine when I play.
You can find matches. I'm saying that the population doesn't match 14.
Obviously, a fucking game. Yeah, you're gonna lose players no matter how good your game is.
Ladies and gentlemen, I got the Xbox community to show their true feelings about Titanfall. They hate it.
I like that game. I'm just saying that they killed it after they screwed it.
Hey, that boy. Hey, listen, what's my man? I got somebody in the comments section, right? Hey, that boy Young. You do realize now that the Neo is about to get ass fucked, right? No lube. No lube.
No, they might show a little mercy. Use a little bit.
Nah, fuck that. Microsoft. Let me put the head in. Let me put the tip in. Let me put the tip in. They about to fuck the shit out of Sony. It's over. It's a wrap. Let me put the fucking tip in.
Let's wrap this shit up, bro.
We out here. But listen, thank you, for my favorite pony, for him being so combative that he made it a really good show.
We wasted so much time listening to him talk about things from 10 years ago.
I'm just saying, you heard it here first. Titanfall sucks.
You heard it here first. Poorest.